In these fields, some carry a hidden hardship. Secrets of exploitation and loss. We're in Vietnam to show you the dark reality of an extensive trade in human cargo. Our story starts where not even death can deter those desperate to get to the UK. We're on our way to north-central Vietnam, where the vast majority of those making the perilous journey to the UK come from. We want to try and understand better the dynamics behind it, not only why they're doing it, but how they're doing it, and critically, who is making it happen. This is Do Tan, a rice farming commune touched by tragedy. It's home to some of the 39 Vietnamese victims suffocated to death, found in the back of a lorry in Essex nearly 5 years ago.
There's loads of them. There's immigrants in the back, but they're all lying on the ground.
Okay, are they breathing?
I don't think so.
Among them was 32-year-old Lê Van Haar. His family paid more than £30,000 for that fatal journey, and they're still paying off the loans.
The financial situation is very difficult. We still have a lot of debt. We've borrowed money from so many relatives.
It was his dream and his choice to leave. He urged us to pay the agents. He told us he'd follow his friends to the UK and make money.
Why are so many people leaving?
In the countryside, there are hardly any jobs. That's why they ignore the risks and go. They know there are dangers and difficulties, but they go to change their lives.
And you can see the benefits of hard work at home and abroad here. Golden gates, statement statues, so many lavish homes. It's now known as Billionaire Village. A place once poor, now populated by mansions built from the money sent back by those who left here to work overseas. That journey can be perilous and fatal, and yet it is the reward, not the risk, they remain focused on. There are signs dotted all over, advertising a chance to study and work in Europe, and some are perfectly legal schemes people pursue. Others are far from it. We're about to show you a brazen trade in people smuggling. And it begins with a phone call to an agent openly advertising trips to the UK online. He's offering to take people to Hungary on legal work visas, but he says they won't actually work. It's just a ruse to get into Europe and eventually the UK. What he's suggesting is illegal, and he's charging over £20,000 for it. He says he got 53 people to the UK last year alone. It's a stark claim, but is it genuine? We're on our way to meet with the agent. We've got no idea how open he might be or how suspicious. He may well be just the start of a vast network of people, but we're hoping that he'll give us some valuable insight into a world largely hidden from view. We're posing as British expats, interested in getting a nanny to the UK, secretly filming the exchange. He quickly reveals pictures of more than 20 Vietnamese men and women camped out in a forest. They just arrived in the UK. They are in the UK now. He then suddenly presents work visas for Hungary, used, he says, to first get into Europe. He also shows us the type of boat they take from France to the UK. He calls it a canoe.
How many people will be on the canoe and how big is it? I have seen some people die. You think the canoe is safer than containers?
I ask what happens if the police stop them.
Do you worry about the people stopping, that they might get hurt?
But these agents are often the start of a spiralling cycle of loans and debt. Even those migrants who start out working legally, plugging labour shortages, are often pushed or duped into more dangerous, forbidden routes to pay off the money they owe.
What do you know about what Vietnamese migrants are experiencing once they're in the UK?
That is where you have the instances of human trafficking, where they are actually bought and sold, because that's the final destination, where you have physical beatings, you have slavery, they're locked up, they're not allowed to go anywhere. For women and girls, there's a lot of sexual abuse, there's opportunistic forced sex work. You know, to just frame it as illegal migrants misses the entire journey, the entire story, the entire context of why the Vietnamese even exist or end up in the UK in the first place.
The shores of northern France are where many make their final and often fateful last push. The UK, the intended dream destination for some, the last resort for others. And for so many, the start of something impossible to escape. Cordelia Lynch, Sky News, Vietnam.